How's it going, guys? Regu here. The first benefit of spiritual awakening is that you're just going to feel way more relaxed. Despite all the negativity and all the things that happen that that might make you usually really stressed out, you're going to feel the feeling of stress, but because the stress isn't you, because you realize the stress is not actually real, it's just a coming and a going, you're going to realize you're going to be way more relaxed when it comes. It's almost like the stress is here, but you're sort of like you're not like before the stress used to be part of your body, right? But now the stress is sort of just this thing that like goes. It just flows. That's probably the biggest benefit of spiritual awakening is you start to realize that the stress, the negativity, the anger, the whatever, it's not this crazy big deal anymore, and you can sort of just relax. Another benefit is you sort of you allow your emotions to come and go more freely. Because you realize crying isn't a bad thing, you're way more likely to cry out your problems and feel good because you cried. You start to notice that your emotions start to express themselves a lot easier, and but not in a bad way. Like sometimes you'll feel sad, but it actually feels good that you feel sad because you sort of feel it like come into your body and then it comes out, but when it comes out it's more of a happy state. It's like you're almost like happy that you're sad, but it's not because you want to be sad. It's because you feel the relief of the sadness. Or before you were just allowing the sadness to take control of you, and like you felt the sadness was this thing that stayed in your body at all times. Where now like the sadness comes and it just goes. And it feels good. Like it comes and like at first it's sad, but then like when you let go of it, it just like bursts into this feel good energy and it just flows out. And that's how you know you're relaxed and you've let go and you've realized like you've realized that these emotions aren't real. They are a real thing, but they're not like serious. They're not these things that like they're not you. They can't take control unless you allow them to. Another benefit is you'll notice socially, you'll be able to talk to people a lot easier. You'll be able to be a lot more open. You'll be able, like, when you go to talk to people, for some reason, you just connect with them a lot easier. Sorry, my camera's shaking. You just connect with them a lot easier, and you realize that they're not, like, your social anxiety. You might still have social anxiety, but because you're allowing your social anxiety to come and go, you realize that the social anxiety is just a feeling, and then you can sort of keep talking to people. You feel way more open. Plus, because of all your emotions just freely expressing themselves, a lot of your social anxiety in the first place was the fact that you couldn't express your emotions. Your emotions were stuck. So every time you talk to someone, it would bring up one of these stuck emotions, and it wasn't flowing out of your body. So you almost felt bad talking to this person because it was stuck here and you wouldn't let it go. But now that your emotions have sort of expressed themselves and they've come out and you feel better, it's way easier now to talk to people. A lot of the times when you talk to people, these energy patterns don't get stuck in your chest and like where you feel so stressed out. I'm trying to think of more benefits, but another benefit is you definitely get to sleep a lot easier, and when you say you don't get good sleep, you're usually way more awake the next day. Because a lot of the times when you don't sleep before you awaken, it's like you realize, like before spiritual awakening, you realize like it's like the lack of sleep brings up these negative patterns, right? But now you're letting go. So like whenever those negative patterns come, they just express themselves away so that you're not like constantly negative because you're not holding on to it. You're allowing the negativity to be there, and because you're allowing it to be there, it flows so naturally out of you, right? And this doesn't take right away. This isn't something that like sometimes you can get it right away, and like but a lot of times it's a process. Like after you awaken, you notice all these things. Like a lot of the times it's not like an instantaneous everything's gone at once. But it is usually an instantaneous like lightening of the load. The load's not as bad. Another benefit is just you just feel so good. You feel so happy. Even when there's negative, like, even when you're sad, happy, even when you're crying, even when something bad happens, like, yes, you feel the pain and it doesn't feel good, right? But in the background, there's always this peace because you are this peace. Like, there's always peace behind it at all times. Like, this is the best benefit. It's just like, even though there's negativity going on, you still feel a peace, and it's so much easier to be happy afterwards. But I love you guys. Those are some benefits. I think I listed like 4 or 5. I love you guys. Red Guru out. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye.